What's up, good people? How y'all doing? What's up? How you doing? Welcome back to a short break.
Yes.
Go ahead.
No, I was like, wait, did he freeze? Hey, y'all, how you doing? How you doing? Welcome to a short break. I'm so excited to be here. We are back. We are popping. We are happening. It is happening. We took a little break, but now we are back to let you all know that, you know what? We all need a short break, and sometimes we need to take a break, but we're back and we're here. And a short break, as you all know, is where we take a moment and we watch a short film, and then we actually go back and we have somewhat like a director's cut of the film, and we get to talk and we get to speak with the actual director, the writer, the producer, sometimes all three. They do so much of the film, and that's what we're doing today. So we're just gonna jump right into it. Y'all know we start with nice little hot topics. So it's a lot of hot topics. Damien, are you gonna come and talk to me about these hot topics that's happening?
I want to talk to you about these hot topics.
Shout out to the people. We got to see who's here.
That's what we're gonna do. We gotta give a shout out to the folks who are checking in with us.
People are watching. You're watching, people. You should talk to us if you're watching.
If you're watching, you're 100%, Emma. If you're watching, we just want to know where y'all checking in from. What area of the country are you from? Because we got people all around the world checking in, and we'd like to hear from you, know what's going on. Check it out. So you can speak, you can talk to us and let us know what's up. So you said something about hot topics, right, Emma?
Yes.
So the first hot topic for the moment is, hold on, we're going to bring it up. Where is that? Boom, right there.
Yes.
Look at that.
So Amazon Studios, y'all, has acquired Coming to America 2 from Paramount. It was being produced and filmed and all that great things through Paramount. Y'all know it was talked about how they actually filmed at Rick Ross's house, I believe, in Georgia. So it's a really big deal, and everybody loves Coming to America. So the second version is supposed to be released March 2021.
Oh.
Listen, I'm excited. I kind of wanted to watch this in the theaters, but obviously it'll be on via my Amazon, via my TV, because of the pandemic.
Yeah, for the pandemic, right? So this is what we got people checking in from New York. What's up, Miss Brown, Maieka? I'm going to make sure I'm saying it right. How did I say it right? What you think, Emma? You think I got it right?
Her name is Miss Brown to me. That's how.
Okay, Miss Brown. What's up, Miss Brown? Thanks for checking in.
Oh, mess up people's names.
We got Nia checking in from Haiti.
Come on now. Okay, Nia said, listen, I'm out here in these streets doing great things. Come on, coming in from Haiti. I love it. But I'm really excited about this. Coming to America. I mean, I didn't get on it until later in life. You could just take my black card.
Let's get this a little closer. How much later did you get on Coming?
We're not gonna talk about that. Just know I've seen it. just know your girl's seen it, you know. But y'all also don't know how old I am, so we're not even gonna get into that. So that's the reason why I didn't watch it when I did.
Hey, we got the sis. The sis told me I was close enough. Pronouncing her name.
Come on now. Let's get
it. All right. Hey, listen. We take what we can, get what I can. Thank you, though. Thank you for watching. Good people. Yeah, everyone watching. Coming to America is a classic. I want to see what they want to bring in, what kind of spin, what kind of how they're going to make it current for today.
Yeah.
Because as soon as I think of Coming to America, I think about those the twins. The twins that we were rapping in twins. You don't see, that's what I'm saying. As soon as you know the twins that Coming to America is when he was on that like speed dating round. All right, we got checking in, people coming in from Liberty City. What's that? Mississippi.
Yes.
Oh, there we go.
Mississippi.
We got MISSIPPI.
No, it's MI crooked letter.
Say
crooked letter I. Lord,
there we go. So, thank you for checking in. Appreciate you.
Okay, that's why we have spell check these days. I don't have to know how to spell stuff.
Oh, yeah. So Eddie is it's going to be hilarious. They got check it out. So look at the cast though. They got the good brothers coming in. We got that's great. Well, Wesley Snipes, baby.
I see.
We got a Wesley Snipes sighting.
It's about to be lit. I'm excited. I can't wait. To see it.
It's definitely going to be a good time. So, all right. So moving on to hot topic number 2. Let me see. Get it right. Yeah, they got to get it right. You 100%. They have to get it right. It's coming to America.
I hope so, because you know that when they do these second versions of the movies, the second one always is like, why did they do it? So I'm really hoping that it seems like they took their time with it. So I'm hoping that it actually comes off good. I'm gonna get you caught up, Emma. I've seen the movie. I just didn't see it when it came out. So
well, no, I mean, a lot of people. I don't think a lot of people seen it when it came out. Some did,
but Nia, get me caught up. We need to have like a virtual movie night or something, so I can get all my black cards. But speaking of virtual movie nights or a night in with the ladies, since it'll be me and Nia, listen. Our next hot topic. Listen, you love sometimes.
There it is.
Waiting to Exhale, you all, is going to be a TV series. Now, this came out a couple of days ago, and it actually was released like via Twitter. So literally, a lot of people have been talking about it. And when I saw it, I was like, oh, this is about to be lit. Now, I'm sure, of course, you know, all of the ladies are now, you know, this movie came out a very long time ago. So all of the ladies are older, and sadly Whitney Houston is not here, but I kind of wonder if, you know, any of them will maybe do a pop-up in one of the episodes, or maybe, you know, come as like somebody's mom, or I'm not really sure how this series is going to work out, but it would be really, really cool to see, you know, one of them maybe, you know, do a cameo or something like that. So I'm really excited. I think this is going to be a really good TV series, especially with Lee Daniels producing, because listen, I love me some Cookie Lion, okay? So
it's going to be amazing. I enjoy how Lee Daniels, his view and take on certain things are really dope. So I wonder how he's going to do this and how he's going to tell these ladies' story. And because what he does do, like you get with Lee Daniels, it's not there's no whole bars, you know. There's no whole. There we go. You know, he puts it out there. I would have been really. It was about. Back in the day, you know, that Martin Luther King movie went around several different, you know, studios and different things. But Lee Daniels had it at one point, the Martin Luther King movie. And I read that script. Woo! You know, he was going to go around. So I always expect, you know, thinking about Lee Daniels and his career when it comes to Precious. But what I think is a slept-on movie that I think Lee Daniels was a part of, I believe it was Lee Daniels and Dame Dash when they did The Woodsman. That's another great movie. Kevin Bacon was in it as well. Mos Def was in it as well. So those,
you're talking about all of these men. Sir, we're talking about Waiting to Exhale. I'm sorry, I'm gonna have to reclaim my time and reclaim this back. You started going down. Bump all of these men. Thank you, Lee Daniels, for coming up in here producing it. But listen, who is about to be these leads in this TV show? Which poppin' women in 2020, 2021 about to be on this TV screen?
Who? Give me a quick guess.
Actually, I'm not gonna do that to myself because I don't know. I'm excited. I just hope that.
Well, look at this. Here we go.
I don't know if I want them to pick, you know, like new, fresh faces, or if I want them to pick, you know, somebody we already know. I think that's the interesting thing. I love seeing fresh faces, but it's always like, ooh, this person would be good for it. So we'll see.
Well, hey, we'll see, but we're definitely waiting for. I can't wait to hear the soundtrack. Because Waiting to Exhale had one of the best soundtracks that you're going to get.
Whoever is going to be over the musical selection or music by, listen, they're going to have to really do it up, because I listened to that soundtrack today. Okay, so it's really, really good. So hopefully, because Brandy was on there.
Yeah, that was the soundtrack.
Everybody with CC Winans was on there. Look, what we not going to do? They cannot mess up the music. That is what they cannot do. Are y'all talking about the movie? Okay, listen, Nia did say something. I'm gonna pop it up on the screen. Come on, listen. Come on, Nia. Yes. I'm so here for all of this. I'm excited.
It's gonna be on and popping. You know what? Speaking about women and ladies that are on and popping, let's bring up our guest today.
Yes.
You know, she is a talented director, talented actor, writer, storyteller, really confident. We're gonna bring in the lovely Miss Jammie Patton. How you doing, Miss Patton?
Hello. Thank you for that wonderful introduction.
We try over here at the short break.
We're gonna have to get like some sound claps. I don't know how we can do that.
Right, yeah. Maybe the dance hall horns. That
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I see that. I can see that happening. I can see that. You know what? That's on the next short break. I say that right now. We will have sound effects.
Okay.
Okay. We need to have some. We gotta find them somewhere, but we gonna do them.
Oh, I got them.
You got them?
I got them.
See, it's lit.
Listen, this is why you're here.
Collaborative efforts towards each other is beautiful. So how you been? How's life, Miss Patton?
Life is good. You know, I'm in Brooklyn, sheltering in place, trying to social distance. But, you know, I can't complain. I'm blessed. My bills are paid. I got food in my refrigerator. So,
you know what you do have? Hair moisturizer. That's what you do got at the house. It is perfect, girl. Your hair looking. That hair is looking.
Y'all, I started using. Natural sisters know the struggle about keeping your hair moisturized. So I've tried every product under the sun. I recently went back to the Blue Magic old school hair grease. You know that heavy. You know what I'm talking about? Do you know what I'm talking about, Emma?
Wait a minute, you said it's called Blue Magic?
Blue Magic. It's like this heavy green or blue grease. And
no, I got the wrong one. I got curl activator.
and audience,
no, this not it. This not it.
Hey, whatever works. But I didn't use this for years. I just went back to it, and my hair is like, it's soft. Got my silk pillowcase.
We got somebody checking in.
Blue Magic.
You said yes, blue.
Yes, Blue Magic.
Maieka. That's my homegirl from Howard.
Hey, you know what? I'm so happy you corrected me because I thought I did a good job. Maieka, how that sound? Maieka, that is one of the blackest, greatest names I've heard. That is beautiful.
It is black and it is great.
I love it. That is great. Your name is Blue Magic.
Wonderful. Oh, wonderful. Nike wearing fine arts together at Howard.
Howard, shout out. Oh, there we go. We sponsored 2 HBCUs. College drives, right, Emma?
Listen, Damien, leave the wording to me because I said, where we driving, Damien? I'm playing. I organized a virtual HBCU college fair. So 4910 was one of our sponsors, and we streamed through 4910's page, and we've had one of our reps, one of the what is it? I have us meet the students and meet the graduates, and we had a Howard grad on there for our last one, so it was really good. So a nice virtual college fair. Her name is Aminata. She's class of 2010 or 2009. I
know Aminata.
Yeah.
No, I'm joking.
I saw the setup already. I was like, "Oh, here she go."
I was like, I don't think she knows her.
No, I graduated long before that. Long before that. I ain't gonna tell you what year, but long before that.
But yes, 4910. We definitely did that. Our next one's gonna be in February, y'all. So watch out.
Awesome. That's wonderful.
Yes.
So look, we're going without further ado. Let's get to know you a little more. So we have a segment. Emma, you want to tell them about the segment and what we about to do?
Yeah, so this is a segment called From the Beginning, where we're going to ask you just a couple of questions to learn about you in your from the beginning stages of being a director. So we will pull you back up on the screen, and I'm going to ask you one question. Damien's going to ask you another. But the first thing that I want to know, when did you realize that you were a director?
I think I'm still in the process of realizing I'm a director. You know, I've been such a performer for so many years. I came from the theater. I started doing community theater in Youngstown, Ohio, when I did my first show when I was 10 years old. But I got my first real chance to direct in high school. It was a production of Still Magnolias. I did it at North Atlanta School of the Arts. I think, so my teacher, Ron DeBeck, awesome theater teacher, we had to direct scenes. And he saw that I had a, little knack for it. And he said, oh, I'm gonna let you direct the main stage production. That was a huge deal for not just a sophomore to direct it, but a student period to direct the production. And I was obsessed. I would be thinking about it all the time, the blocking, the subtext, and that's when I knew. I said, okay, this is my lane. Even though I have been putting on skits in my grandmother's living room. Yes. And my cousins were the stars, and I would write myself a little cameo, but I never thought of it as directing. It was just play. It was just something we did. So that's where it started.
Grandma living room, you really realized it subconsciously, and then you got to it.
My first playlet that I wrote, I was 7 years old, mind you, was called "I Love My Cigarettes Like I Love My Man."
Oh, okay. The story behind that.
Wait, what you say?
We need the story behind that.
Okay, so a lot of it is autobiographical, but I ain't gonna name no names. It's not about me, but somebody in my family. Basically, she loved to smoke and she loved her man, but she had to give up one or the other. So she ended up giving up the cigarettes because she loved her man so much. 7 years old. 7 years old.
Listen, you said we going deep. You said I'm gonna start. You starting deep, okay? Ain't none of that playing in the plate pen. Me and Lil Johnny. Right. No, you said I'm telling real life stories.
I'm telling Nina Simone type stories.
Listen,
7 years old.
Do you think you'll ever resurrect that and actually bring it to life? That sounds pretty good.
There might be a part two. I might have to team up with Tyler Perry for this one.
Listen.
Okay, that's the man.
Sound about right up his alley.
Hello.
We got one more for you. One more before we get going. Who was the first mentor that helped you push you in the right direction? Who was the first mentor that helped push you in the right direction?
Well, I guess it's depending on what do you define by the right direction.
Well, how about this? Let's say the right direction in directing. In your adulthood.
In my adulthood. Well, I will say this, because I'm still trying to figure out how to balance this whole performance and directing and writing life. You know, I was always told you got to pick one. You can't be a jack of all trades. You know, it was my mother who first inspired me to act. I had to do a book report in middle school about Rosa Parks. And I just couldn't, I couldn't wrap my brain around sitting down and writing this on paper. She'd say, why don't you act it out? And I said, what do you mean? How am I going to act out Rosa Parks? And in that moment, my mother turned into Rosa Parks. She started talking about how she was tired and being a seamstress all day, and this white man wanted her seat. And it was like magic unfolding right before my eyes. I said, I want to do that. I want to do that. And so I went to school and I did it. I took the book report and I turned it into a performance of Rosa Parks. And it was a hit. It was hit in my middle school, so much so that the teachers in charge took me and another young man who played Martin Luther King on a public school tour and a college tour in Ohio, performing monologues. So, and I was bitten. I was like, this is it. This is what I want to do.
Yes.
I'm going to be an actress. But I also knew that there was a director inside of me. So when I went to Howard, I applied to School of Communications. And I started out in radio, television, film production. And I spent about a semester there before I took an acting class up in fine arts. And it was two young men who said, Jammie, you need to be in fine arts. And one was, his name is J. Kyle Manzay. Back then, he was me.
Shout out to J. Kyle.
You know J. Kyle?
Yeah, I know. Yeah, J. Kyle. Yeah.
Come up here to fine arts. And the other one was Chadwick Boseman. He was like, what are you doing? Come up here to fine arts with us. And we ended up putting on a freshman production that they asked me to act in. But I said, no, I want to direct. I want to direct. So Chad gave me the position as assistant director. And
wow.
It was Wine in the Wilderness, Alice Childress.
What was the name of the play again?
Wine in the Wilderness, Alice Childress.
Wine in the Wilderness. I don't know. Oh, man.
I feel like I could just listen to you talk all day. So I'm gonna become like your little sister now. You listen. Hi.
That's really dope. So Chadwick was the director, you were the assistant director, and J. Kyle was in it?
J. Kyle was in it. Susan Kelechi Watson was in it.
Susan was in it as well.
Susan was in it. Susan
was. Wait a minute, that production is a Oscar-nominated theater production. How you do that?
Listen, it was all destined. It was like there was some magic going on during those few years. That certain section, for me, we had Eric Robeson, we had Tracy Toms, we had. It was a lot of Napier Groves. A lot of people within these few years at Howard. It was just some magic going on during that time. And I always knew in my heart, these people, I'm amongst creative gods here. It always felt like that. I always felt like, okay, I'm going to see, I knew Chad was going to be huge. I knew it. Yeah. But he was in school as a director. I never really knew him as an actor. We were in directing classes together, but I always felt in my heart, he just had that spirit like, oh my goodness, this guy is gonna be huge.
Oh, wow.
I definitely want to say there is for sure something in that Howard water. I don't know what it is.
It's a struggle. They struggle so hard.
You said it was the struggle was hard. But you know what? You know how we're going to talk more after your film and go into it a little deeper, because we love to unpack. Because also we want to talk about HBCUs and the impact that they had in our community, and also how much you got to look at the time frame in which you're talking about and look how much of an impact it has on today's society. That nucleus of being at Howard and being a creative and being able to be free to be who you are. You're going to that a little later. So at this present time, though, we are about to pull up your film. Now we're gonna bring a spotlight on you and see. Would you like to say a couple things before we go into your film? And then, like always, we're gonna go into it. So first off, I'm sorry, Emma, let the good people know what a short break is, and then we're gonna go into you, Jammie. Okay?
Okay.
Yes, everybody. So welcome back, of course, again to a short break. We're so excited to have you here. A short break is when we take literally a short break. We watch a short film that is really, really amazing, really awesome, and that is by a person of color. And we watch it in its entirety. And then we take a moment and we sit back and we actually rewatch it with somewhat of like a director's cut, making that, bridge between the audience and the director. And you all get to ask as many questions that you want. You get to comment. You get to say what your favorite part was. You are able to ask the director the actual questions that you want to ask. So make sure when you're watching, you jot down your notes, you take it all in, you send us your comments. And that is exactly what we are about to do.
Nice. And Miss Patton.
Hi, everyone. If you're just tuning in, my name is Jammie Patton. I am the director and co-editor for the short film Finding Her Light. It was a labor of love. Shout out to the wonderful cast and crew, especially Maieka Saint-Albin, who is the producer and writer of this beautiful piece of work. I hope you enjoy it.
All right, here we go. So without further ado, my good people, the great film Finding Her. Light. You should get everything off the screen so you can watch it. And while we're doing this, my good people, if you can, turn up your computers, your phones, your tablets for the best sound, or put headphones on, which will get you the best sound. All right, so here we go. Wow. Wow.
That was beautiful.
Wow. 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 I want to give it the time and the deserve and respect that it deserved all the Indiegogo people that dropped a couple dollars.
Yes.
Watson, checking out Inner Light Productions. Shout out. Let's give it all the props that it deserves, because I know the labor and love it takes to get something like this done. And you good people did it beautifully.
Thank you.
Nice. Wow. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. All right. So we're about to start the short break section of this. I know we spoke about it beforehand. The short break section is where the filmmaker and the audience, we're gonna all watch this together again, but we're gonna put it on mute this time. We're gonna put it on mute this time, and we're gonna give the director, the filmmaker, a chance to give us an insight that we just might not know. So yeah, we just might not know. We got a lot of questions. I definitely have a lot.
There's a lot of pressure. I didn't know this was happening.
You didn't? Surprise, surprise, surprise.
Damien, you put people on the spot.
On the spot. So here we go again, Miss Patton, director extraordinaire. So we're going to start the film. And again, we're going to play it on mute. And once this is over with, then it's over, Jammie. It's over with. 15 minutes and 17 seconds. We started from the beginning to the end. You ready? Let's do it?
Ready.
Let's get to it. Okay. Also, audience, if you have anything you would like to ask Jammie, if you would like to, Emma, could you put up the link where they can ask a question virtually? You can ask a question virtually if you would like, or you can ask a question on Facebook or YouTube. Those are the channels that we are broadcasting through. And off the rip, we're gonna start with this. You. This is what people were saying. You know, this I'm gonna put up some of the messages and statements before as they're going on.
Okay.
Beautiful. That's the first thing. This
Thanks,
is absolutely. What'd you say?
I said thanks, Makania. I saw that comment, Makania Chester.
There's more. Here's another one. That was insanely beautiful. A story of self-forgiving, healing, and the joy that is gifted when you go on that journey. Wow.
Thank you, Miss Weeks. Thank you.
That was well thought out. We got more. We got hand claps, black power fists. We got all type of stuff going on for this film. Question: why did you start off with the little girl, then to this age, then back to the little girl? What was your thought process behind that?
Well, first I have to say that's how the script was written. You know, I'm not the writer of this. I did help give Maieka, the writer of it and producer. She also played the mother. So
let's give a shout out first of all. I'm sorry to interrupt. Demetrius and Maieka, and I didn't know what are the young ladies' name that played the ballerina?
The youngest girl in the white, the baby, her name is Imani. The second one is Zen in the pink. We have Jonice as the teenager, and then the adult version is oh my goodness, I'm forgetting her name, Kwana.
Okay.
Q. I'm gonna come back to you. But none of these ladies are actors. They're all dancers.
Yeah, and
I know as a dancer you have to act, but they did an amazing job with having never been on film before, never, you know, being in this environment. They did a wonderful job. But none of them are trained actors. They're all very well trained dancers, though. Yes,
you clearly tell. What did y'all shoot on?
We shot on the Red Dragon. John Orphan, wonderful cinematographer by the name of John Orphan out in California. I think I found him on shootingpeople.com. He had his reel posted there. We went through a lot of DPs, but I really liked the way John Orphan shot because it's very theatrical.
Yes.
It was almost like a proscenium theater. And I think this story lent itself to seeing that kind of stillness, you know, because you really want it to be about the performer and the emotion. So I didn't want a whole lot of camera movement, and he did a beautiful job. Came with his whole lighting crew and everything. John Orphan, look him up. He's the bomb.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
I love it. And you really can tell that, like you said, you didn't want a lot of movement. A lot of the shots is literally, boom, we're right here and we're sticking in this position. Boom, we're right here and we're going to stay at this angle. Like, it really tells, and it really for sure helps the story.
Yeah, I loved how he shot it. And, you know, we shot this in really 2 days, 2.5 days.
Wow.
3 different locations, 2.5 days. So it was a lot. But Maieka is such an amazing producer.
Shout out to Maieka.
Maieka just produced on Between the World and Me, the HBO, Ta-Nehisi Coates.
Oh,
did an amazing job. I'm so proud of her. So
I heard you need to watch it. People were telling me I need to watch it. Yeah,
good. It's powerful, very powerful. Another HU production.
Another HU production. Wait a minute. So hold on. It's this is 2. You said 2 days. Wow. The choreography, the dancing alone, and getting that right, and getting. And getting that it really takes a feat, and it really takes a lot of pre-production. How long was your pre-production for this?
Whew. Well, what do you consider pre-production? I'd had very little rehearsal with the performers, but Maieka and I did a lot of location scouting. We knew, you know, the location in any project is like another character. So we knew we wanted to find the right location, because it's almost like a fantasy. It has a fantastical feel to it. So we found this place in Hollywood, the Hollywood Sports Club. Been around for years. And as soon as we walked in, I thought, this is it. This lighting is perfect. We don't need to bring a whole bunch of lights if we have the daylight. But yeah, it's an amazing, amazing space. And Maieka, being the bomb producer that she is, was able to negotiate a good rate. So, but we really had to get in and get out.
So you did it the indie way. Is that the location we're in now, up under that?
That's Hollywood Sports Club. Yeah, I don't know if you remember, there was a commercial, like a perfume commercial with what's the South African actress, white actress?
Not Nicole Kidman, the other, Charlize Theron.
Yes. So there was a perfume commercial with her that was real huge back in the day. They shot it in this same space. I don't know. She was like a model on a runway.
The Dior.
That's it. That's it. Yep, same space. Beautiful space.
Oh yes. Oh, so within this story, I can see this. She's showing her growth and her becoming the things that what is this representative of? Her walking through the halls and peeking into what is she actually looking at?
She's looking at her own life. I don't know that that's necessarily evident in how we cut it, but really it's her peeking in on her own life as she grows up without her father. You know,
that's how it comes up to me.
Issues here with the magazine, having body issues, the moment she has with the young man, just everything that a young girl will go through, but she's going through this without the love and guidance of her father.
Yeah.
I think it's kind of a universal story. You know, it happens a lot. So.
Wow.
One of the things I wanted to ask about is, I guess, more so the music, but I'm not sure, since you were directing, if it's appropriate to ask you about it, but it was very important because there is no dialogue.
Yes.
So how were you able to, like, okay, you knew that there isn't words to be captured. You know, so how were you able to say, okay, there's no words to be captured, but I have to still capture this moment? How were you able to do that? Well, and know that it was going to be this powerful music in the background.
Well, I worked with I'm sorry, I'm having such a brain fart right now. I worked with a young composer out of Kentucky. We worked remotely. It was basically on us on the internet. And then me and Maieka going back and forth saying, this is the feel we want for this scene. When I first cut this, because I was a co-editor with a few other people. It was like 3 of us that edited. I cut to temp music. I knew this is the feel of the song, so I'm going to edit to this song, but I know that we got to get our own music in there. So I was able to edit to the song, to the temp music we had, and then send it off to the composer, and he was able to create something comparable. That was probably the hardest part, is working, just making sure the music was right and fit the tone of that particular scene. But music does so much.
It does.
It's another character.
Yeah.
Music is definitely another character.
Tell us about this underwater shot.
Yeah.
What's the story behind this?
Yep, I'm loving it. I did an underwater shot for one of my joints, but that was just underwater, one person swimming towards me. You got a whole choreographed dance underwater with light streaming through. It's stimulating. It's sexy. What's going
outfits.
On? Yeah, everybody got outfits. What's going on? What's this?
I had a schooling on this day. I had never shot underwater before. Really, this is my first project with a budget, with a real budget. Mostly everything I did before was very guerrilla style. But so we shot this at a pool. We had about 4 hours, 5 hours, I think, to get these shots in.
Wow.
And thank goodness the guys that were there, most of them were lifeguards. So they had been, they're familiar with the water. But we had a double to play the main character. We had 2 body doubles. One was a guy. He actually put the wig on.
Yes.
And the suit, and was a trooper. And we also had Crystal Cotton, who was in another film. You guys worked together before, and she was awesome. She was a trooper. She kept having to dive off of this high board because the DP couldn't get the shot. And about the 5th time, she was just like, listen. Listen, I'm like, okay, you need a break? You need a break? But she was a trooper. All there. But yeah, the one thing that we didn't have was a monitor on that day.
Oh, okay.
So the second camera person, the assistant camera person, had to keep swimming up to me because I was on the side of the pool and showing me what they got. So, we made it.
You didn't hop in that water?
I did not hop in. I can't swim. I can die. I can die. I can't swim.
Yes, I was like, wait, what hair moisturizer did you use on this day?
I was on the side of the pool.
Yes.
That's it. So, what's also, I'm just looking at how vibrant the colors are.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it's amazing. Now you shot on the rig, you said the dragon, right?
Yes.
Okay, and that's I've shot on the dragon is great to shoot, and it moves and but the way that these colors pop out and how vibrant and intentionally they are, how intentional they are. You had to have a good relationship with your colorist. Talk to me on how y'all keep the relationship with your colorist, and how did it come to be this?
Well, Brian is his name, and we had another person.
Oh, beautiful shot. So look at this shot. Look at this shot.
Believe it or not,
this shot. That is gorgeous. You know what?
We didn't do a lot of color correction on this. He started to do color correction, and I felt like it was too saturated.
Wow.
It took away from the naturalness of it. And one thing that Maieka had definite in her mind is that she still, even though it's fantastical, we still want it to look natural. So we told him to take all the coloring off. So this is actually the natural colors that was in the Rose Garden.
I love it.
They shot a lot of not Scandal. Yeah, Scandal with Kerry Washington. They shot a lot of those scenes down there for the garden near the White House.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
This is gorgeous. One of the things I do want to shout out, one of my friends who is actually in Howard grad was a PA on this show. Her name was Zon Diamore.
Yes.
Yes.
I love Zon.
So I posted it on Instagram. She commented and was like, oh my gosh, I was a PA. I said, If y'all Howard people don't,
oh yes, Anna's doing her thing. Yeah, she's doing her thing. She got the leather bags going.
You said she what? I'm sorry. What do you say, Jamie?
She's marketing. She makes these vegan leather bags.
Mm-hmm.
And she has a show that she does. Yazan, she's wonderful. She wore me on the production.
I love her. So when she said that, I said, "Oh, this is amazing. I love that."
Yeah.
Well, before this goes off, Jamie, what was this representative of? This her? Was she getting her wings flying, becoming? Please tell me.
Well, let me first start by saying that this story came out of a poem that Maieka wrote. About her father, who, bless him, has since passed on from cancer. She wrote this and I remember reading the poem thinking, this is so beautiful and so vivid. We got to make this into a story. Let's translate it into a short film. And originally, Maieka had it to where she meets her ancestors in the garden. And then I remember bringing to her the idea because, as a director, you're also thinking about production budget. I'm like, okay, she's meeting the ancestors. That's more actors. That's more
food for lunch.
More scheduling. Okay. I said, what if she meets herself in the garden? Mm-hmm. Which seems a little bit more powerful. I mean, all hail to the ancestors. We wouldn't be here without our ancestors. But what about tapping into the power within? Because a lot of times we hold ourselves in a lot of judgment, I think, as women, especially as Black women. We carry a lot of weight and a lot of judgment. And a lot of the freedom that we get comes from forgiving ourselves and the choices that we make. So we had the idea of saying, what if she meets her younger selves in the garden? And when, once we decided on that, it was like, oh, this is it. This is the look right here. She's going to meet her younger selves. And it just, every time the older version of the dancer, the oldest version, meets the youngest one at the vanity, I swear every time I watch that little clip, I get a little bit.
That's beautiful.
I love that piece.
I'm sorry, Emma, what'd you say?
I just said I love that piece.
Yeah, it's having it in the chair and in the mirror and how it comes in. And I was like, oh, I remember seeing this the first time I was fortunate enough to see this on the big screen at the Urban World Film Festival, right?
Because you had your film which I was in, your film was screening there too.
Great segue. We will be showing about that on Short Break either next week or the week after, just so you know, James. Awesome. So if you like to jump in, we would love for you to. You'll be there. There we go.
It's a great movie.
Jamie is flexing her acting skills and talents in this film about that, and she's dope.
I say you got to diversify.
Diversify. You know what? It's one of those things where. And you tell me if you feel this way. As an artist, and if you're practicing your craft, your art just doesn't stop. Your creative mind just doesn't stop with its output, and you're going to creatively use your mind on whatever you're into. So if you're thinking about music, you're going to have a creative way of doing music. Like I can't sing a lick. I can't do any of that, but I love music, so what you say? I know you know. But I have an ear for music. So when it comes to like scoring and getting things and knowing what you want, so when you were saying you were working closely with the person who did your score and was scoring your film, I'm pretty sure your creativity came across in that. You're not a musician, but again, you apply that creativity to music. So you apply your creativity to acting. And then I'm pretty sure you take pictures as well, don't you?
I do.
See, there we go. And when you are in your purpose and moving within that light, whatever you do is going to have a creative flair to it, even your dress.
I like to tell people, people ask me what I do. I don't necessarily say I'm an actor, writer, director. I always say I'm a storyteller. That way it embraces everything. And that's what we are. We're storytellers. I really don't care to be put in a box. And a lot of people say, well, you got to pick one. You can't be a jack of all trades. But my brain doesn't stop with acting. It doesn't stop with writing. I think acting, writing, directing, producing, it's all related. It's all storytelling.
It's all storytelling. I understand exactly what I just tell people I juggle small animals under 30 pounds. So they're just kind of, I just do some weird stuff sometimes.
Okay, well, there we go.
Long as the stories come out. Long as the stories come out.
Long as the stories come out. Long as the stories come out. I keep them stories coming though, but that's a good way to get them up off you.
Yeah.
For real. But Jammie, you have technically finished your short break. The film has.
It wasn't that bad.
Wasn't that bad? Was it? The film finished. You got through it. We had a great conversation. We appreciate you. Would you like to end and sell? And first off, could you let people know where they can find you? And while you're thinking about that and putting together, what are you working on now? Anything you have coming on next? And we're going to just put this solo on you because I think that's what they want to hear from.
Okay, so you can find me on Instagram. Usually, haven't been on social media a whole lot, but you can find me on Instagram at Jammie JAMMIE Patton PATTON, and on same thing on Facebook, Jammie Patton. On Twitter, I'm James Van Pearl, JAYMES Van Pearl. That's where you can find me. And if you want to spread the word about finding Her Light, it's actually on Amazon Prime as well right now. So
great.
Damien?
And the other question is, what you got? What you working on? What you got? I know you're creating something.
Listen, I'm always creating. Always creating. Now, if anybody sees it, that's another question. So you know this, Damien. I went to Ohio several years ago, probably about 4 years now, and shot a feature on some iPhones with my partner, Crystal Cotton. Shout out to Crystal.
CC be coming up soon on a short break.
Okay, awesome. Yes, we shot a feature length called Welcome to Youngstown, working title. We shot on some iPhones, and it's basically about two friends growing up on the south side of Youngstown, two young girls who have very different lives, but grow up next door to each other. Another coming of age story. So
that's beautiful. That's what, and you got Welcome to Youngstown coming in. You guys have that. You good people got that in the can already. And we're working at having the V come out, and we're going to get to shooting that.
Congratulations on that.
Thank you. But the thing is that we're hearing stories that we don't normally hear about. Like, I don't know the Youngstown story. I don't know what life is about Youngstown. I don't know y'all phrases. I don't know what slick talk y'all use. I would like to know more about a world like Youngstown. And that's what I love about, like you said, you got people shot on iPhones. There are creative ways of getting the story out. If you don't have you don't have the support of a system or the support of anybody else, you can get your stories out about your town, about your city. And I think the market is really, really open to hearing about other places.
Absolutely. There's a whole new, and it's actually really not new. This kind of filmmaking that I'm really interested in has been around for a while. It's a genre called Dogma 95 that came out of Denmark and, Scandinavia, Sweden, where you just use what you have. It's not about all the extra, special effects and the lighting. Use the lighting you have the equipment, and there's no music. It's just very simple. It's really about the story and the performance. And with the technology that we have right now, is really democratized filmmaking, which is wonderful. You don't need, it would be great to have $1 million to make
always,
but you don't need it. You don't need it. And I really feel myself being pulled in that direction. That's my mission, to make, I would really love to be a one-woman band. I want to direct it, score it. That's what we do. I mean, it's collaborative medium, but I would love to be able to do everything myself.
Man, we 1 week short. I wish we had our sound effects, but every time I would have let off a horn.
We're gonna have it all together.
We definitely gonna have it all. But Jammie, I was got to say to you, you are really dope. You are one of a creative force that I've had the privilege to watch and see grow from a great point already, and then keep exceeding expectations and doing your thing, and stand and keep it in the indie spirit and having peace of mind. You're doing it. I don't have peace of mind all the time in this indie world. I be shooting. Now you know me. So it's amazing on how you can have peace of mind all the time through these hectic times, and that's a testament to your character and who you are, and being able to keep pushing with your artistic fortitude. So congratulations to you for just being so dope on that element. And this film is beautiful. I remember the first time I saw it, I was like, this is beautiful. I saw it in the theaters. I was like, yo, I wanted to tuck in my chain, man. I want to put my little film back on up, and you know, I'll come back to my next doo-wop.
You know, I just said, you know, I want to be a one-woman band, but it really takes a village. I can't take full credit. I mean, from the costumes to the makeup to the...
Thank you for saying that. Shout out to Mo. Shout out to Mo. Those costumes and the wardrobe. So
she designed every single one.
You get 1 minute of talking about the aesthetics of and we get to bring it up. I mean, your costumer, and the wardrobe and everything was amazing. It was on point. Everyone looked good. Excellence was in the building. I felt the excellence, opulence, decadence. I loved everything about that, and a lot of part of that was what they wore and how they looked. And so shout out to Mo.
A lot of thought and love went into the costuming of this and the makeup and the hair. Still shout out to John Orphan, the cinematographer, but I really don't believe that we captured the full beauty and nuances of these costumes. They were amazing.
Amazing.
Monique Loren, that's her name on Instagram. She's amazing.
Say it again.
Monique Loren. Lauren. Lauren. Monique.
Wait, this is I know her.
You know Mo?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, she's awesome.
Mo's good people. And all our filmmakers and indie filmmakers is looking for wardrobe. Mo's dope.
Yeah,
Mo's dope, and Styles and
Monica Styles.
Who's Monica Styles? I'm sorry. Who's Monica Styles?
Isn't that who did the costuming on your film?
No. That's K Boogie.
K Boogie, yes.
Markeisha Barksdale.
Yeah, oh my goodness, she dressed a mess out of us. And the jewelry, she was so good. I'm sorry, I was fighting her on some stuff. But once I saw it on camera, I was like, oh, okay. I'm sorry.
You know what I'm saying? About that hair thing too. You know, but we'll talk about that. We got a whole nother film.
Yes.
That's a whole nother setup. There's a whole nother setup. But okay, thank you very much, Miss Patton. We appreciate
you. Thank you for having me.
You
guys have been awesome. This was fun. Thank you.
Fun.
And thank you to all my peoples for tuning in.
Your people show mad love. I love it.
I see y'all. Thank you.
We throwing them up there. Dior, it was a Dior, I guess. Yeah. Awesome, Jammie. There we go. We're good people. Well, peace, Jammie. We're going to end off the show. Talk to you soon.
Thank you. You guys have a good night.
How great was that, Emma?
It was beautiful. It was wonderful. I was like, oh, this is exciting. I'm very happy.
Yeah, I am too. I'm happy that even more people are Finding Your Light, because it's a really, really dope film. And we hope that this keep on going and pray that this keep on pushing, because that's a film that I feel everyone should see. And it just hits home. It's for family. It's especially for young women. It's beautifully. It's artistic. Go for it. That's what's up. So I'm gonna let you have the last word. I appreciate you, my good people. Thank you for tuning in to A Short Break. I'm Damien. I'm signing out, and Emma's gonna rock y'all on out. Good people.
Yes, hi everybody. Well, that was a short break. We're so excited that you are here. Make sure you keep up with us on Facebook and Instagram at 4910 Rosalie Productions, and we will let you know when we will be back. As you heard, Damien will definitely be showing his film about that. We're really excited about that. Make sure you tune in, make sure you share this, comment, subscribe. Shout out to all of our sponsors, BlackFilmandTv. Shout out to 4910 Rosalie Productions, which is us. And we will see you another time. Have a great evening, y'all.